Previously on James and Sunda.
A high calcium count is very bad because if your calcium increases, you can start acting like this. And if you start acting like this, get to a doctor immediately. If you're having Sunda-like symptoms, okay? If you are having Sunda-like symptoms, call 911.
One of the symptoms did say cranky, not able to sleep, not able to focus, and forgetting.
Oh my God.
And now they have this new show out that's unbelievable.
What's that?
Well, it's crazy because who's gonna have a Spanish husband and a white woman together?
That's funny. That's funny. There's
It
no
will never
such
happen.
All right, welcome to the big show, Sunda.
It's a big show.
You look good. Are you feeling any better?
No, I'm not.
No, she's not.
No, I'm
Okay.
not. But it means nothing.
It means nothing. We're going to still get through the show.
We're still going to get through the show, and I have to tell you something. I felt really bad, and I thought it was because I got the price of the hall for my daughter's bat mitzvah. And I decided I'm not going to be giving a traditional bat mitzvah. I'm going to give a black mitzvah. That's what I'm going to give. I'm going to give a black mitzvah. This is
What
going to be
is a
something.
black mitzvah?
A black mitzvah means it's a black woman giving a bat mitzvah. That's going to be something interesting for the first time. I have
It's
to tell
going to
you.
be very interesting. Maybe that's what's making you sick. You saw the price of the bat mitzvah, and you were like, oh my God, my thyroid hurts.
My thyroid hurts. My God, I almost had a heart attack. 20 grand to rent the hall, and there's
that
no
doesn't include
husband.
food.
No, well, you're the one that started stressing me out about tablecloths. How did you know?
I made a joke. When she told me she
Listen, it's a true
was
story.
planning the bat mitzvah, I said, don't forget, you got
He said bat mitzvah.
What did I say?
Bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah? When I heard she was planning the bat mitzvah, I told her that they're going to charge you for tablecloths. And she got very nervous about this. And it turned out
I
they
thought it was a
do.
joke,
I thought
but-
I was joking too.
Yeah.
I didn't know they really charge for tablecloths.
Yeah, she says that doesn't include linens, and and we're not going to say names because a lot of the parents watch this show. One of the parents said to me, "Don't send me." Parent X said, "And don't send me a parent Y's table." Because
Well,
apparently they're dead to each other.
This is where the whole dead
This
to
is
me
where the whole
idea
dead to me idea
came
comes from. Right.
Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs,
Parties,
funerals, weddings, where they're being sat,
Where
who
they're not being
sitting, who
invited,
they're not-
right.
Jews get together and they make lists of who they're not inviting.
Right.
That's how parties usually start.
Right.
Then they make the list, whoever's left, that's who they're inviting.
Do you think my black side's part Jewish? Because I'm never invited anywhere.
They don't invite you at all.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
They send pictures to me.
And they say,
We were here at Barbara's Pool. Ha!
really? What is that about?
Where did that happen to us?
I think that might just be personal.
Maybe it's personal.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a black and a Jewish thing. You know? So maybe there'll be nobody or maybe there'll be everybody. Who
I'm
knows?
starting to get nervous that maybe all the things that we've done on this show are not about blacks or Jews, but
And
personal
people.
against you.
It's personally against me.
Yeah,
It's personally
it's
against me.
It's just your experience.
Because I have to tell you something. I just got so crazy with my brother because, you know, I remember when my mother-in-law died. He's the best. He's the funniest.
Sunda's
My brother is the
great.
funniest.
He is.
Hands down the funniest. But
He
at my
is.
mother-in-law's funeral, he didn't want to wear a yarmulke because he says it would make him gay, which it doesn't. It would make him Jewish and he'd have more money.
Right.
But
he doesn't need the yarmulke for that.
no, stop that. He'll kill you.
Okay.
Okay, I was
That
just
was
kidding.
bad. Can we edit that out? It
Yeah,
was
we
a
have to
joke.
edit. It was a
Jason,
joke.
That was a total joke.
He was kidding, Jason. You know
Why
that.
do you think a yarmulke would make you gay? I mean, I know.
He said he didn't say that, but he did. And it was at the funeral.
He didn't say that. Now you insist
No,
on
he-
saying this.
No, he said he didn't say it when I said it because I was going to say it on the stage, and he says I never said that, but he did say it. I know what he said. I know what you said,
what he
Jason.
said, okay.
So anyway, I'm planning this, and I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to get $20,000 because I can't walk that far up
Can we
Sunset
do a
Boulevard.
telephone?
We're going to have to do a bar mitzvah
Can we
thon.
raise money?
Could we
for the bar-
raise
for the
money?
bar
What's that
mitzvah?
thing called that they do? Where they raise money for like movies and what's it called? Kickstarter, right? Let's do a
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter for
Kickstarter for
the
Aviva's
first,
bat
right
mitzvah.
for our Viva's bat mitzvah, right? Because she said
Did
to
you
me,
just say Aviva?
Aviva, did I say Aviva? We
does
make
her-
so much
her-
fun of my husband that now we're talking like him.
Your message says you've reached Sunda, Mark, Aviva, and Tover.
I don't say
Yes,
that.
you do.
I
You say
don't, but I'm
Aviva and
Sunder.
Tover.
I'm Sunder,
She's
but that's
Sunda.
a whole other thing. So right now, this is what I have to plan. So now I talked to the mother who says to me the other day, can you wait 2 weeks before you make plans? Right, because you're a trillionaire, and I'm going to let you make your plans, and I'm not going to have any time left.
You didn't even understand what she was telling you.
I know, but be careful because people are watching this show.
Be careful because people are watching the show. Wait a minute, people are watching this? No, they're not.
I didn't understand what she was saying. He's telling the
People are
truth.
watching this whole
No,
time?
I couldn't understand because I was trying to get the plans made and there was like an accent involved. And so I don't want to go back to that, but basically she told me I'm going to do what I'm going to do because I'm a billionaire and
I'm gonna do what I'm
sayonara.
gonna do. Yeah,
Right, that was it. She was like, shalom, baby, you know what I mean? So
Because there's like 60 kids having bat
62
mitzvahs.
to be
kids,
right.
And there's only 52 weeks, and some weekends no one's having a bat mitzvah. So there's going to be doubles.
And
So you need
triples. I have a
triples.
triple.
So with that type of stuff, you can't have
Right.
more than one party at a time, so all the kids can go to the same party.
Right.
So it's just not going to work out.
Well, you know something,
But
that's
anyway.
why we've got to become big stars, James, so that they come to the party. Because if you're watching right now, you better believe you want to be at my daughter's bat mitzvah because I'm going to have my cousins from Florida, that's right, the ones with those Confederate flags tattooed on their arm, they're going to be there. I'm going to have Jersey there. I'm going to get Barry Katz flown on a private jet. Who's Barry Katz? That's Sue Katz's brother, who could have been my husband. I don't know why he left me. But I'll never get over it. That's okay, because he was a fireman, and they always come on time. It's unbelievable. If you ever date anybody who works for the fire department, or if you have a date with them, just say, I'll be there at 6 o'clock. They're there at 5:59. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Were you always on time for your dates?
I'm always on time. You are
Don't even start.
never on time.
Have I ever missed a show at the Laugh Factory? I've never been late once for a show at the Laugh Factory.
There you're on time. There you're on time.
Okay, you're just saying that because Ray is like mentally ill, has to be there a half hour early just to make me feel like I'm late.
She's on time for the shows at the Laugh Factory. I'll give her that because it's true. I'm going to give her that. But other than that,
I'm on time though. I get there on time.
Okay.
Everywhere I go. It's just that you sit there and this is what he does. Are you ready to leave? Are you ready?
That's what I do?
Yeah.
This is what I do.
I gotta go. I'm working on a dissertation.
This is what I do.
You know, we gotta call Ray tonight. Are we gonna call Ray and Sue at 8 o'clock?
What am I on drugs? What am I like mentally ill? Like what?
You have nothing ready, Sunda. There's nothing ready. You're not prepared.
And then I yell at you like that?
And then I tell you I'm sick, and then you say, well, first let's get the show ready, and then we'll see about the doctor. And then
The show must go on.
The show must go
The
on.
show must go on.
And you know how you know it must go on? Because when Sue Katz came in there and she dragged me and James dragged me, they pulled me out of there today, out of the house.
Oh, we told Ray that John just had horrible surgery.
It's true. John is our camera guy.
There were complications. His mother had to fly in to take
Yes.
care of him, and that he wasn't going to come today. And Ray goes, well, can't he just come and supervise? That's what I'm saying. You can't get sick in this business.
You can't get sick in this business. Nobody's
She's
sick.
Here today.
I'm here today.
Almost on her deathbed.
Not for too long, by the way.
We're
So let's
about
wrap
to
this up.
up. She's not well. This is amazing that she's pulling this off.
Yes,
Seriously.
it is amazing because I can't take a painkiller because it might hit the ulcer. So there you go.
There you go. So she's just fighting through this. So you know what?
But if you want to hire me for anything, I'm in perfectly good health. I really am.
She's in
I really
perfect
am.
health, perfect
And they are
health.
casting, by the way, for
Pristine.
some reason, for like older young people for a share video, and I submitted myself, and I'm praying they call me.
I'm praying they call you.
Because I just want to say yes. I'm not going to sing a share song. All right, so that's what's going on now in our world. How about you?
You would love to just cut the commercial and wrap this up.
Oh, I
wouldn't
would so love to.
You really
This is
wanna
like a
get out of
bad
here,
day.
don't
You know what it
you? I know.
reminds me
What
of?
does it remind you?
Reminds me of a song. I don't know if we can say the name of the song. Are we allowed to say the name of the song? Yes. There's a song called Disco Inferno that I used to hear when I was a kid. I wanted to shoot myself between the eyes because when you dance with a guy with bad breath who can't dance, that was the longest song in the world. It's like one of those Persian songs.
bad.
They go on and on. You think it's over, and just as you say thank you, they say come
Again, you're
back.
making fun of the Persians.
I am not. We
get
love
letters.
them.
We're gonna get letters.
With letters, we want to get checks.
Send us checks.
Checks.
Send us
checks.
If
Please.
you pay us enough money, we'll stop
Dude,
making fun
in
of you.
Jersey, they don't even know what we're talking about. You know what my cousin told me? She goes, why do you make jokes about Persians when there is no Persian? And she was right.
There is no Persian.
There is no Persian.
Iranians.
They're Iranians, and they're my best friends. You know why? Because they're just like me. Olive.
Same color.
And I love you too.
We're done.
I love you
We're gonna
too.
take a break.
I gotta
We have a
go.
great show. We have a great
Yeah.
show. What do you mean you gotta
We have
go?
a- we have a great show.
We'll be right back.
I gotta get off my
Stay
feet.
tuned. She's
I gotta go.
She's gotta sit down. She's gonna collapse any minute. Tune in. You might.
Oh, what did you just say?
Yeah, well, come back. We don't know what might happen. Soon I might not even be here. I might be doing the whole show by myself. We'll be right back.
See you there.
Straight ahead, she's a veteran actor, stand-up comic, and elder statesperson of Woodstock. S. Rachel Lovey is here.
Caesar USA with James and Sunda, hey!
And look at this sweet scene, a family picnic, and mom with a handbasket. That's what the world's going to hell in. if you buy into Mark Zaffron's bag of BS.
Check out more content online at our webpage, jamesandsunda.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, as you all know, we had the Out Sick competition. This year, we have Everybody's Business competition. And this week's winner. Who told everybody's business this week's winner?
Well, this week we have an email from Elon Gronstein. And this reads as follows. I really wanted to write into this segment, Everybody's Business, because I'm sick of what's happening to me. I was at a temple, an Orthodox temple, and a woman came up to me and said, I have a daughter that's about your age, and my Aunt Rachel came up and said, oh no, you won't like him, he's gay. I'm sick and tired of people telling my business, and it's not everybody's business. Well, Elon, good for you. Elon Gronstein.
You have won the home edition of Everybody's Business.
That's right.
Remember, there's no business like somebody else's business.
That's right. That's right. That's fantastic.
Elon, this week's winner.
Wow, that must have been terrible for him.
It must have been very difficult.
I'm sure that.
I got people telling my business. I've heard people tell your business.
They're telling my business?
Oh, absolutely.
They need to mind their business.
Or maybe they'll win.
That's right. And you got to. You have to call. Call
or email us at the show.
That's right, jamesandsunda.com, and we will read it on air. And Elon, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Now joining us on the program, we have actor, comedian, performer, producer, S. Rachel Lovey, ladies and gentlemen. S. Rachel Lovey.
I say you're from the original Woodstock Ensemble because when I saw your photograph that came out of the newspaper, where you were barely dressed, and you're beautiful as you still are, I had to say, my God, that's Rachel that I know as a comedian. So, Rachel, tell me, what was your experiences and how'd you get started? Tell us real quick.
What happened, and people think that I was a comic at Woodstock. I mean, can you imagine being a stand-up comic at Woodstock? Hello! I worked with a company that started off on a mafia storefront in New York. We heard there was a theater, actually a barn, to be converted to a theater. We went up there to White Lake, New York. We read the Woodstock Festival was in trouble. We wrote them a letter, said our landlord is best friends with Max Gasker. Come on up. And I swear to God, that's the way it happened. Ang Lee did that movie, we call it Faking Woodstock. He calls it Taking Woodstock, the only bad movie he ever made, and it was about us. And they said that we were naked all the time. We were naked some of the time. We were not naked all of the time. We didn't perform naked. We wore gold tie-dye loincloths.
Were you wearing anything in that photograph I saw you in?
Yes, you did. Then they had the beautiful side of me, which came out in museums and galleries because my ex-boyfriend did photographs of me totally beautifully dressed, and then he did them with the gold tie-dye loincloths.
So you thought she was naked, but she wasn't naked.
My kids told me she was naked. They said, Aunt
you know
Rachel's
what it
naked.
is? If you've ever seen anybody in a gold tie-dye loincloth,
Everybody.
of course, they look naked with big stripes all over them.
I see.
They paid us $1,000. We bought a bus, painted with clouds, traveled around. We're off Broadway. Broadway did a national tour, and that's how I came to California.
Wow, what a
that
story.
outfit today?
I want to stand out. You know, I never did that many drugs, but I always made the most out of the drugs I did. I think you can tell that pretty much.
Rachel, I remember meeting you first when I first came out to LA and you were doing the show Women in Comedy Who Don't Have Their Own Series Yet, and I had read about it in several magazines. Can you tell us something about that?
Well, we came up with this title. We had a wonderful song that Edwanda White, who's a comic and rapper. Can I do a couple of minutes of this song?
No, you don't have that much time, but
just let me just do the thing. Women in comedy who don't have a series yet. Your part. Ooh, wah, wah, wah. Women in... Ba, 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 ba. And somehow that title just caught everybody's imagination. Women were getting series, sitcoms. So we started off, you, Chelsea Handler,
Judy Gold. You wrote your Roseanne Barr. Who else did you
I wouldn't say Roseanne Barr,
okay,
but
I won't bring that up.
Ilk.
Okay.
Of that ilk, Aisha Tyler, who I won't mention. I won't mention, no. And the late Sam Brown.
Yes,
he was our token guy.
Right.
And somehow, I don't know, Fox TV did a special on us, Entertainment Weekly, something about that title really captured, because there were women before. And now I will have a website, Facebook page, celebrating women in comedy. I don't have a series yet. You can vote who's your favorite woman comic, and tell us where you found your own funny.
Wow,
Where'd you
that's
find your
fantastic.
funny? Which is something I'm working with people. How did you find your own funny?
We gotta take a break. But when we come back, we'll be back with S. Rachel Lovey. We'll be right back.
All right.
I'm Mark Saffron. I will tell you why the world is going to hell in a handbasket in just a moment.
Follow us on Twitter at James and Sunda.
So remember all those years ago when Rachel was on our original show?
Oh yeah, that
The
was
show we
a
made so
great
that we
time.
could fit in here at JLTV.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Those were the. We have a clip of that show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. We're putting our archival footage on this new show so that we can blend in more with JLTV.
I love looking at the past.
As do we. Let's take a look, shall we? I tell you, these are delicious.
I tell you, you know something? I was out the other night and I smelled those colored people and those Puerto Ricans smoking reefers.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
That is it.
what are we coming to?
It's communism. It's communism.
You think it is?
Close.
Absolutely.
Close, you're absolutely
communism.
right. And I think that we could make Dakota ring in a Cracker Jack box. Everyone in the country would have you on their Dakota ring.
That's a great idea.
That is
Both
brilliant.
of you.
Brilliant.
And we'll have candy-coated popcorn, peanuts in a prize. Because that's what you get in Cracker Jack.
And then who knows, maybe Dinah Shore will come on and say, Caesar, America's asking you to watch.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Dinah's been on the show. Dinah's been on the show.
Yeah, Dinah
she'll
Shore,
do that.
she'll
Oh,
do
of
that.
course
for
she
us.
will. Oh, of course.
Oh my God, I have breakfast with her, and
you
I've got to
cook
tell you.
breakfast for
Well,
her?
actually, I do cook breakfast for her, and you know what? She has that new thing called the dishwasher. And guess what they're using in this? Rinso, is that what I should be using in it?
Rinso White. We could use them as a commercial. Rinso White. I don't think that dishwasher thing is going to last. But
No, how are you going to do dishes? I mean, how are you going to trust a machine to wash your dishes? It's like putting them in the washing machine in your maid bag.
I always feel so left out when they talk about these women
put it in
things.
the washing machine.
Bring it through?
They break.
They would definitely break. I mean, I can't even imagine putting them in there.
Washing dishes and clothes. I can't even imagine.
Well, you know what? It's interesting you say that because that's what I do for a living.
Well, that's why, because you use Jergens lotion.
That's right. I use Jergens. Jergens keeps my hands
Probably
moist.
would work on your face after shaving, maybe.
And you know something would work on his hair? Prel. Yeah. I would like to drop this one.
What about Halo? Halo,
everybody.
Halo.
With happy face. That would be great. If you were happy face, that would be good. You need some dippity-doo. That's what you need. A little bit of dippity-doo.
All of a sudden, you went back to Jersey for 2 seconds when you went with Dippity Doo.
Yeah, because how you
Because
this?
You know what we're doing in Dippity Doo? And that's the way we do the doo-wop. It's like a Dippity Doo. That's what we do in Jersey.
Wow, that was fun, right?
We were good back then. We were good back then.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
They were. They really
You know, I was doing monologues.
How did you start out with your family with this burlesque? thing?
Well, first of all, my grandfather was a vaudevillian in Jewish theater. He worked also as a head of the Raincoat Makers Union. I never knew him. He died, they say, in a Ted Kennedy type accident. Don't ask. He went with the mistress, though. The other aunt was a stand-up comic, Cookie Cohen. She was a big comic. She was 300 pounds. Her sister was a drama queen. She thought she was a cross between Betty Davis, Dinah Shore, and Betty Boop.
Well, she fits
She
in.
taught me monologues at 6 years old. No hope. Is that right? No hope at 6? Poor little Hunchback Polly at 7, the comic. Then Apache dancing. I had to slap the guy across the face, 7 years old, he was 8, he threw me across the floor and spun me around. And that was my beginning.
That was your beginning. And then
beginning.
how'd you get to the traffic school thing? You were one of the founders of doing the comedy.
I was one of the founders. I'm a recovering car abuser. I was not a very good driver. My father didn't believe in cars. Unbelievable. A lawyer that graduated law school, forgot to get clients. I said, Dad, how come we don't have a car? A car? What do I need a car for? I drove a Jeep in the Army. I had the experience. This is wacko. Wacko.
Yeah. Definitely wacko.
So I heard about it, and at first it was terror. You know how people hate to go to traffic school. But I learned now that I love blending comedy with misery. Comedy and misery come
Goes
face
together.
to face.
That's
you don't know
us.
who's just going to win?
Yeah.
Traffic school.
I'm comedy, she's misery.
When
That's
I
right.
wrap my stand-up around traffic school ideas. I do something called the inner driver rap and traffic school.
Wow.
Which is, and then I say, I don't mean to spit, it's a dental thing. You didn't think you were going to see Auntie May rapping today, did you? And then at the end, I do the inner driver. Everybody gets in a circle and rates their driving, and they really get into their what's their driving about, and it's just wild.
Is there any way in less than a minute you could tell us the quick story about your Ike and Tina Turner?
Oh, she loves this story, this Ike and Tina Turner story. I'm in Venice. I'm living the weird life after Woodstock. And I'm living with a painter that used to carry his paintings around, huge paintings like this. And I said, don't paint weird little faces on the wall. Don't do a collage of weird faces. He wasn't even letting me go out of the house. And I see somebody walk by, and he said, I'm going to the Ike and Tina Turner concert. Do you want to come with me? I run out, but as I'm running out, I said, don't forget, no weird faces. And I go out, hang out with Ike and Tina Turner, and then I end up with their drummer, as I often did, end up with the drummer. He has a great big afro, and then he takes me up to his boudoir, and the next thing I know, he takes his afro off, and he has a little skinny head, and he has a face that looks just like one of the faces that this moron, whose name was Wee Joe, I'm just remembering it now, his name was Wee Joe, just like one of those faces.
Wow.
He had a little bit of a head, the afro was this big.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God, Rachel, I can't wait to see what's coming up next for you, and I'm so appreciative to have you on the show.
Okay, next, mostly off the top of my head, which is a improv stand-up show, freestyle, and the other thing is dancing with the comics, and it's going to be fabulous.
All right.
It's going to be a mixed genre, and you know me, a celebration. I'm all about celebration. That's what I got on
Dancing in a
Woodstock.
cloth
All right.
with gold stripes.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Peace, love, good
Peace, love.
hashish, Shanti, boom, boom to the Maharish.
All right.
We were all into that old drug trap, what I wouldn't give for a good flashback. I think I had a wonderful one today.
Thank you,
All right.
Rachel.
This was not a flashback. We're going to take a break.
I'm not sick.
She's not sick. You are sick. We'll be right back.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket. Report to myself.
For years, this gentleman has been coming on our show telling us how the world is going to hell in a handbasket. And so now we are going to introduce a new segment called Hell in a Handbasket with Mark Zaffron. Here he is, America's sweetheart, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zaffron.
Thank you very much.
So, Mark.
Just so we stay consistent, today we will start off with Jimmy Carter World Watch.
Jimmy Carter World Watch, okay.
Yesterday, Jimmy Carter in a news conference announced that he's on a crusade to wipe out the guinea worm.
The guinea worm.
Yes. Carter admitted that his first goal when he got out of the White House was world peace. When that wouldn't work out, he decided that he would fill the vacuum created by things that the UN, the US, and Harvard University were not doing. One of those things was eradicating the guinea worm. Unfortunately, Carter's plans have now been foiled by his other good friends, Islamic extremists in Mali, who have prevented him from saving the last 22 cases of the guinea worm in the world. He wants to become like Jonas Salk, eradicating a disease. Switching now across the world.
Wait, how does this?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This is our show.
First of all, two things. What is the guinea worm?
Yeah.
And how is that leading to the world going to hell in a handbasket?
Oh, it's
Off book.
off book?
Yeah, I wanna
Oh, it's
hear.
easy. The guinea worm is a parasite that causes people to get sick.
Really?
Right. And it's proof that the world went to a handbasket because Jimmy Carter has finally realized that he cannot solve world peace, and at least all he can do is get rid of a bunch of worms named after guineas.
Okay. I see.
Moving now.
Are you all writing this down at home? Are you taking
You mean
notes?
Guinea, the country, he means.
No, it's called guinea worm. Yes, Guinea the country in Africa.
Okay.
Now, moving now across the world,
Across the world.
we now take ourselves to the South China Sea,
The South China Sea.
where China, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Taiwan have competing claims to all those little islands in the sea that have oil, gas, and fisheries. Chinese are spending enormous sums on guns when we're spending them on butter. And our former enemies, the Vietnamese, the Laotians, the Cambodians, are all trooping into America, asking us to protect them from the Chinese. So people, in our time again, we may yet again have American troops in Vietnam.
Really?
Just with a different enemy. Now,
What do you mean we're spending?
Wait a minute.
We're
Don't
spending it
go to
on
the next
butter?
thing. Wait a second.
James,
What do you mean we're spending our money on butter?
James, people used to refer to spending money on guns or butter.
Oh, that was
It's
the choice.
it's a political comment. Whether your government spends money on guns or butter. In the United States, we spend money on guns or medication. Same difference. We don't feed the old people butter, we feed them medication.
I see.
Now, the United States claims to be pivoting, big turn, to Asia and Pacific. All right? But with our reluctance to spend on weaponry, the Chinese have been building new warships at a going pace and are going to be at the equal of the Russians in 2020 and will be equaling our shipyards in 2030. The world is counting down to Chinese domination by the year 2030 of the Pacific area. Moving a little
Wait a
further.
minute. You just can't go ahead and move forward.
Why not?
Should we start learning
Should we
Chinese?
start learning Chinese or
You
something?
should have started learning Chinese years ago.
So we should.
Yes, James.
Ni hao ma.
Who else is going to make your soccer balls?
The Chinese.
The Chinese kids have run from making soccer balls to making missiles.
Okay.
You've
What are
missed the whole
American kids
world.
making?
You really think that with American
What are
kids
kids
doing?
making?
American kids.
Not even making their
They're not even
beds.
making
Yeah.
their beds. They're
Yeah.
doing
Right.
nothing.
They're doing nothing.
See that? We've got to
Nothing.
get the
They're
kids
making
going.
McDonald's sandwiches.
Wow. All right. Well, listen,
Let's
do you have
keep going.
anything nice to say?
No.
But how is
Vladimir,
this leading to hell in a handbasket?
Yeah.
You have to get the background.
The background. Okay.
Vladimir Putin, by the way, one of the leading lights of world peace and liberalism, is very concerned about fracking in New York State.
Is he?
Yes, it seems that Vladimir Putin is very well maybe behind that movie that was made by Ben Affleck.
No, Matt
Against-
Damon.
Yeah,
Matt Damon
Matt
against
Damon.
fracking. He was one of its biggest proponents.
Really?
Because fracking materially affects the economy of Russia. Because if we can frack, we'll be energy self-sufficient. If we're energy self-sufficient, the Russian economy will tank. We won't have to depend upon the Arabs, the Russians, to give us fuel. And Hollywood is all falling into line about how fracking is bad for you. Little pictures of people lighting up the water coming out of
But
their...
that's not Photoshop.
Right.
They really are lighting up their water.
They've been doing it for years. There's methane in the water. It has nothing to do with fracking.
Can we drink that?
Yes.
It's okay.
James, if you only knew what you drink now.
I know what I drink.
Even in those bottles that you take out of my house. All right. Now,
What's in
this
those
is a
bottles?
little lightness on the way the world is and why it's going to hell in a handbasket. Charles Taylor, the former dictator of Liberia, another proponent of
my
freedom
Facebook
and safety. He is your Facebook friend,
He
right?
is, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Charles is in jail in Liberia on war crimes, has demanded his presidential pension. He claims that for his service to the country, he's entitled to his pension. You'd think maybe he'd worry about them paying his legal fees. All right. Now, moving to one of our more favorite topics.
And last.
Oh. And last. I don't get to talk about Jews being pigs and
Oh, please.
And,
no,
I mean,
we love
we
this,
okay.
yes.
We got two
You have to
topics.
exploit
Okay.
it.
Topic number one is Mohammed Morsi.
Oh,
Supposedly said Zionists are bloodsuckers who attack Palestinians and are descendants of apes and pigs. And the United States
They are
government,
hairy.
well, Obama demanded that he clarify his statement. However, I did a little bit of research into the source of the statement. The source of the statement is a misrepresentation by clerics in Egypt as to comments made by Muhammad allegedly in the Quran, most of which are inconsistent. But it comes from Muhammad yelling at the Jews that that he told a story about a Jew who violated the Sabbath, who was told that if he violates the Sabbath, he shall become an ape. Even though he will have the mind of a man, he'll still be an ape. And then he had to cover it up with another one where he was fighting with the Jews in Medina and told them if they don't support him and don't realize that he's better than Moses, they will become as apes and pigs. And this has been converted according to one leading Islamic scholar who claims that Muhammad really did change them into apes and pigs. So Mohammed Morsi can be forgiven his ignorance.
He can be.
Yes, of course, because he ignorantly failed to read. He just heard a rumor, spoke it, something he's been taught his whole life, a commentary on Islamic education in Egypt, and just repeated it because Zionists are bloodsuckers, therefore they're pigs. Which,
I want to thank you so much for joining
The
us.
world is going to hell in a handbasket,
handbasket.
ladies and gentlemen.
Mark Zaffron.
The one
Thank
and
you very
only
much.
America's sweetheart, the one and only America's sweetheart, Mark Zaffron. We will be right back.
Email us your comments at jamesandsunda@gmail.com.
Okay, it is now time for one of our most popular segments. This is where Sunda makes a phone call, a crank phone call to one of the people's
I don't want to
relatives.
call it a crank phone call because you'll think
I
somebody's
just said
going
a
to die.
phone call. I didn't say crank. You're going to make a phone call to somebody's relative or friend who works here, right?
Right. They
Who are you
work here on
calling
the
today?
show. Today, I love Sean, and I want to call Sean's dad.
Again, we've called Sean's
I know
dad.
that, but I want to call him again because this time I want to be pregnant.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to call Sean's dad again. We called him last season.
Right.
He was good. He did a great job, Sean's dad. So here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Is Sean there? Wait, hold on a second. I'm trying to call him now. Mom, I'm trying to call him now. Is Sean
Who
there?
is this? Who is this?
Hi, it's Chloe. It's Chloe.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm at the doctor's office, and my mom said that, she's going to have to talk to you guys, and
What?
it's just that I'm at the gynecologist's office, to be honest with you. And I just have to talk to Sean, and he's not picking up the phone. I don't know where he is. He's not picking it up.
Sean is at JLTV. He's at JLTV. Are you okay?
Well, we just got. I don't want to tell you. I'll let him tell you because I don't want you to be like really mad at me or anything like that. So.
Well, no, Chloe, come on. I need. Is it? If there's nothing, are you? Is everything okay?
No, it's okay. It's okay. We just have to make a decision, and I'm just too young right now to make this decision. And my mom is saying that, because we're Catholic, that we can't. I just don't know if I should be telling you this, but I don't know. But I just.
We're Catholic too.
Okay.
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 Huh?
Yes, I believe.
Are you okay? Are you pregnant?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do.
Easy, Chloe. Take it easy. It happens. It's mistakes happen. You guys are close and stuff.
But Sean's such a nice guy, and I know he's really young for this, and I'm ready to do it.
You guys, well, how old are you?
It's not the point. He's not
Okay.
the father, and I don't know how to tell him.
He's not the father?
No, and I love
Oh.
Sean. It was just an accident. I was drinking.
Wait a second. Sean's not the father?
No, and I don't know how to tell him.
Okay. Chloe,
Yeah.
and you like Sean a lot.
I like him so much. He's so hot, and I love you so much. I can't go on anymore and do this to you, but it's his last day here, and I just had to say I love you. It's Sunda again. Please give it up for Sean's dad.
Who is this?
Sunda.
Oh my God. Oh man. God dang it, Sean.
How relieved were you?
How relieved
to
were
find out it
you?
wasn't Sean's baby?
Thank God. Oh, for crying out loud.
Sean was
I'm
losing
just getting
it.
over a cold too, and it was so I says, oh my God, Chloe. Oh. Poor kid.
You're just so happy that you're going to take him out to dinner, and Sean told me to stop. He made me stop. I was going to go on. I was going to tell you that you were the father.
Oh, that wouldn't have worked out.
I know, because actually,
Oh, God, Sunday. You got me
we
again.
love you very much, and I want to invite you out to the Laugh Factory on a Saturday night as my guest. You and your friend Michael, is his friend Mike? What was his friend's name that was there that time?
Pete?
Oh, Pete. Yeah, you and Pete and your wife and everybody should come out to the Laugh Factory, and we're gonna definitely take care of you this time. You have been fantastic for James and Sunda, and we love you tremendously, and you know that. I've been stalking you since we met. Please give it up for Sean's dad, everybody. Thank you for being a part of Sunda's world. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, yeah, you don't mean that. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Wow.
That was tremendous. You were getting really nervous, Sean. You were sweating. You were like, stop it. It's too much. You were getting really nervous until Sunda told him. Until Sunda told him that it was not, you weren't the father. Then you seemed to relax a little bit.
Well, first, because I do have her like a new girlfriend, so like I didn't even know you guys knew her name. So when she was like Chloe, and he knows we're dating, and then you're like, oh, she's pregnant. I'm just like, oh no, what is he gonna say?
He was so calm.
He's so cool.
I don't know. First he was like, call me, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
He's like, are you pregnant? How did he know?
Well, because the way you were saying it, you're at the hospital, you're throwing all those signs.
Trying to
out
make
there,
a decision.
You know,
Trying to make a decision. I'm
I
Catholic.
want to tell I'm Catholic. I want to tell him, not you. And he's just like, okay.
When did
you're
you like just get extremely nervous?
Oh my
Like,
God.
what moment did
did
the sweat
break
start
you out in
pouring?
the
What?
sweat?
First, once you said the name, I was like, oh, they've done their homework or something's going on.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
and I was just like, uh-oh.
Oh my God, Sean, you're really freaking
Well, and it's
sweating.
freaking hot in here. You guys can't afford air conditioning. So.
Whoa!
Wow, that's
It's
our
funny how I'm
line.
not sweating and I'm in a full piece girdle.
And I'm in a shirt and tie, and I'm fine. I'm fine, Sean.
Now, when it really does happen, will you call us?
Yes.
Because I want to be a grandmother.
Yes.
And I have so much time ahead of me.
Sean has been with the show since season 1.
That's right.
And this is his
hate
last
to see you
show,
guys see me
ladies
like
and
this the
gentlemen.
first
This
time,
is his
but-
last show tonight.
It's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Oh my God.
Sean, you're awesome.
Sean's leaving us.
He's leaving
Oh.
us, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Sean.
Frank called his
But guess
dad
what?
twice.
You'll be hearing from us.
And you'll never know.
He'll be back. Sean, honky tonk, ladies and gentlemen.
Honky tonk!
We're going to take a break. We will be right back.
I'm going to take a pregnancy test.
Okay, well, Sunda, you okay?
Well, I'm okay now.
You made it through another show.
I made it through another show. I don't know how.
We're gonna get you fixed.
Yes, today. We're going to
get
go.
you
We're
fixed
going to
today.
go.
We're gonna
go.
find out what's going on, and we're
Right.
gonna get to the bottom of this.
But I just hope Sean's dad's okay.
I think Sean's dad was great. This is
He's
the second time we
phenomenal.
got him. We'll probably get him again next
No,
year.
this is my third time. The first time we didn't do it on tape.
Oh, really? This is your
Yes,
third time
because he
getting
didn't
him.
come back to the show, and I wanted him to come back, and he did come back. He's such a nice guy.
Sean, God
He was
bless
so
you.
understanding.
You've calmed down,
You've
Sean.
calmed down. You're not sweating. A little dry. Yeah, well, as you get older. But here's what I'm saying.
Megan was like, "You're never calling my parents." That's what
She
she
said that?
She said, "You're
She
never
should have
calling
never
my
said that
parents."
because when I call and say,
Oh,
yo,
God.
this is Keyshawn, and I'm calling, I'm Megan's boy, and you know, like, she didn't want to tell you about this because the kid will be mixed. She's getting whiter by the second. Look at this.
Whiter, yeah. Or redder. Well,
Redder, whiter,
We'll have
bluer.
We'll have to try to convince her to let us call her parents.
You have to, yeah, it'll be really easy.
Maybe we can call
I'll I know how to do this. This is what I do to people. I harass them. I've done this for years. I get fired from a job and I call the receptionist and I keep making a Chinese food order. And I know it's not a Chinese food restaurant, but I keep doing it. And I say, this is the name, this is the restaurant. And then I scream that this is Chinese restaurant. The craziest thing happened the other week. That I went to a Thai massage. I don't even know what this has to do with anything.
What is going on? Where are you right now?
I'm going through a
What day is
situation.
it?
I know what date it is.
What's my name?
Jamie.
What's my name?
What are you? What are you, like in a porn film or something?
Oh, yeah. That's, yes.
Only a Jew would say, what's my name? It's say my name.
I know.
What's my name? There's a Jew. What's my name?
I can't believe it's happening.
Okay, Shlomo.
Sure, you know?
What's my name? You know what are you going to say next? Who's your papa? Who's your papa?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, what kind of questions would you ask? Like you know, that's always the stereotypical thing.
If the girl was as fatigued and confused as you, I might ask her what my name was.
Okay, and would you ask me who's my father? Because like,
No,
that's still a question that's up in the air. I'm just kidding to the Croonquist family. Don't cut me out of the
You
will.
would have to say, why are you asking me that?
Why are you? It would be a personal question, right?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
Yeah.
No, but if just say that we were doing a Jewish parody like that, okay? And then you say, what's my name? No, you say, what's my name? And then you, I'd say, I can't remember. And you'd say, why can't you remember? When did this first start? You would start asking me like Woody Allen. And you would start having a session with me.
Assessing you?
Yes, you would assess me. Because you are Dr. Almost. You're almost a doctor.
But in all seriousness, what is my name?
Your name's Stephen Harris, and I know that.
Good. She's fine. She's okay.
I'm okay. But you know what it is? I was just talking to Sue Katz, the EP, about how sometimes things I forget once in a while. I had no idea it was part of this situation. And of course, I'm going through rehab because of my arrest situation for taking a picture. And just to back you guys up if you're new, I only got arrested because I was taking a picture of a drunk Caucasian woman lying in her vomit with a Louis Vuitton bag that I thought was a fabulous Instagram moment. And they arrested me. But if I was Asian, it would never happen. But I've said that before. I'm going to say it again. And the reason why I say that is because I thought that I was having that PTSD syndrome. What's it called?
PTSD.
What? Come on. What's it called? PTSD. Thank you. Post-traumatic stress syndrome. So I said this to Sue. I said, you know, ever since that time, I can't think. And then when I went to the doctor to tell her my symptoms, which was abdominal pains and this, she said, have you been to any foreign countries lately? And I was so embarrassed to tell this wonderful doctor.
You got the guinea worm.
I could have gotten the guinea worm, who knows. But I had to tell her I wasn't in a foreign country, I was in prison. And so that was really scary because I don't know what I could have caught. I mean, you know, you can't be in there with all these people. One's talking to herself, the other one's lice, and the other one's going to be my girlfriend. And that's a hard decision. It really was, actually. But I was so glad she passed out. I was like, she's drunk, she's done. So why am I saying all this is because you're going to be a doctor and you should work with people like me. I'm going through something terrible.
Work with people like you.
You have no patience.
I work with you.
Right, but I'm saying you're going to have to work with people like me. And what are you going to do?
Have to?
You're going to say to them when they're bent over, doubled over in pain, you're going to say, we have to write the show!
No, I'm going to say, what's my name?
And you're going to say...
if they're bent over. What else am I going to say?
James, what would you... And suppose I turn around and I was Sean. What would happen to you then?
He knows my name. He would say.
Is this something that Sean's father should know about? Because I'll call him back.
When Sean was sweating, oh my God.
My God, he's sweating. How much is he sweating?
I don't know. He just said so many things in the last couple of minutes.
It's because I'm a remarkable person. I can say that. I can keep up, and that's why I've got to get to the doctor as soon as possible.
Okay, so then let's
that's
go.
why we're wrapping
We got to get to the doctor.
We got to get to the doctor.
The
When we come back,
ambulance is outside. I can already hear the sirens. We're going to go.
It's a Mercedes. There's no siren. All right.
Whatever.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. We hope we're here next week.
Sei gesund. Right.
In one piece.
And we'll tell you what's happening. All right.
Good night.
Good night.